Hey there, it's Elizabeth Mack with the Tallahassee Democrat, and you're watching another edition of Limelight Live. This week, I'm in Midtown at Way Out West on Monroe Street. It is a boutique that specializes in Western apparel, but coming up this week, they're going to have some special things going on. We're going to talk more about that. Joining me today is James Matthew Hughes and Whitney Anders, who's actually the owner. James, tell us more about who you are.
I'm a songwriter. I write kind of country rock Americana, record some albums, and play some music.
So then how long have you been doing that?
About 15 years.
How did you get started?
When I was a child, grew up in church, actually here in Tallahassee doing music, and school, did some musicals and things as a young child, and learned piano lessons, and it just kind of gradually progressed, and I stayed in music, and one thing led to another.
So you started in piano, and that transformed into you now playing guitar, correct?
Yes, yeah. Eventually, yeah, sort of like that.
You were a drummer also.
I was a drummer. What happened is I started to get into rock and roll when I was about 13, and to my parents' chagrin, a new neighbor moved next door who was a professional drummer, and he made a deal with me, the 13-year-old, to mow his yard in exchange for drum lessons. My parents loved that, so did that, and he kind of taught me a little bit about rock and roll and different groups and bands and the history of it, and then I picked up a guitar and went from there.
Okay, so then how did you get into songwriting? When did you start necessarily with that?
About when I was late 13, about 14, I started learning guitar, and right away wanted to create my own music, and started writing my first songs.
I'm sorry, we have another guest.
We have a special guest on stage.
Whitney, do you want to tell us who our special guest is?
This is Sonny. He's one of our store mascots, and yeah, anytime you're sitting down, he pretty much likes to come join us. So
y'all don't mind him.
Come here, Sonny. Come sit down.
So then, when did you do your first performance?
I was 14. It was with we called it a band. It was some guys that I knew through some friends who asked me to come sing, and we wrote some songs. I wrote my first song through that, and we performed at a youth function, and it was awful.
It was awful?
It was awful. I forgot the words for one of the songs and had to make them up as I went, and fortunately, it was so loud, and it was so loud nobody knew what I was saying. So.
That's good. See, not so bad. You're just probably being really hard on yourself.
No, it was awful. But in a good way, in kind of the way where it was, like full circle, so awful, it's awesome, goes all the way around, and so we had a great time, and everybody had a lot of fun, and it was great.
So then, what after then? I mean, how many albums do you have now? I'm sure you're long from 13 and 14 now, so
yeah.
What happened in between that time?
Well, got into another band after that one, and we actually did a lot more. We worked at it. We were better musicians. We performed a lot. We actually toured around Florida. We had a song on XO 101.5 back when they did the locals only CD and all that, and we did pretty well. We had a good time, and from there I just stayed in the music business, got picked up by another band out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and toured the country with them for a while, and just kept writing songs and playing anywhere I could.
So is that, I guess, what inspired you to really just want to be in music, like professionally, full time?
I like to create art. Music is one outlet. Just drawing, I like photography as a hobby. And it was just a way for me to kind of an outlet for my perspective on life, I guess.
Okay. So then this album will be your 5th album, correct?
Being the 5th album.
What's it called?
It's called Old North Monroe.
Okay.
That's why we're doing what we're doing here, because we're on North Monroe Street.
And then, so Whitney, do you want to tell us how Way Out West is helping out with this? Well, actually, I don't know if it's really helping out, but I guess I should say there will be an album release party Friday, correct?
Yes. On August 19th, we're doing a release party for James Matthew Hughes. We actually came across James probably about 3 months ago. He came here in the shop. We just started talking. We had mentioned that we wanted to start doing a monthly charity concert here in the store. And he happened to be looking for a place for to have his CD release party. We were looking for an opportunity to start our first, hosting event for a charity, and pretty much just came together. James is kind of the brains behind it as far as all the sponsorships and all the actually hard work goes. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the event? What's going to be going on?
Yep, we're doing, it starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to have food from Couche's Bayou Rouge. We're going to have Budweiser and Pepsi as sponsors. We're going to probably do food and mingling and drinks and all that stuff from 7 to 8. At 8 o'clock, Libby O'Neill is going to go on. She's going to play for probably about 30 minutes. And then James is going to go on. He's going to play a set. And then Sarah Mack Band's gonna wrap up at the end. So it's everyone's kind of, Sarah Mack has this really crazy cult following kind of thing where everybody that comes in loves her. So
you can't help but love her.
Yeah.
When a member of the media lights up at the name of an artist, you know it's a good
I
thing.
think I do every time.
Right.
I don't know. It's weird. I feel like maybe I shouldn't, because then it acts like maybe it shows that I'm biased, but it really just, I'm a big fan.
Right.
I'm slightly a little bit of a groupie.
Right.
I do the same thing to Dave Stewart too. Anybody says Dave Stewart, I'm like, oh man.
Well, Libby, Libby O'Neill is a rising folk singer-songwriter in town. She's amazing. She's also a violin player, very accomplished. She gets called all around the area to do work on albums, and people, she did something in Jacksonville, some group, I can't remember where they were from, but they didn't know her, but they'd heard of her, heard some other work she had done, and hired her to come to Jacksonville and record. I mean, she's top notch. She'll be playing guitar this week, but she's amazing at that.
I guess a nice kind of eclectic, but somehow it's all very mixed in together. I guess it's not that different. The styles of music won't be that different.
Yeah,
it all kind of joins together.
They're a little bit. Yeah, there's a common thread through them.
Yeah,
we all of us have known each other for a long time and have performed together and written music together and recorded together at some point in time. So there's a commonality to it.
Did you want to tell us a little bit about your album and I guess what inspired this one?
Sure. This record is an acknowledgement of home.
You're from Tallahassee.
I am from here. I was born in Miami, but raised here for 20-something years.
Okay.
Moved away and came back. Moved away, came back. Yeah, very, very common tale of Tallahassee. Yep. So this was the record was recorded in Atlanta, Georgia. Some of the songs were written here in town. Some of them were written on the road, and it's a record about acknowledging home, acknowledging where you're from, good and bad.
Okay. And then Whitney, again, the event will be this Friday, correct?
This Friday, August 19th, and just to kind of also mention, he
It's
said
for
talked about
charity.
common threads, and I think one of the big common threads that we all share, we were talking about it this morning, is that we all have some sort of connection with Big Ben Hospice. James's mom, she works as an RN,
yeah.
right, for Big Ben. And then Jeremiah, our other owner here, we just lost his dad last December to pancreatic cancer, and so Big Ben Hospice was the biggest help in the world as far as making that as much as a bearable experience as it could have been.
So then the proceeds from this event will go to the Big Ben Hospice Foundation.
A portion of the proceeds will go to it, yeah.
Okay, and then there's also the tickets will be sold, right?
Tickets are $15. There aren't many left.
So that means hurry.
So exactly.
Yes.
Get in the car now. So.
We're on our second round we expanded capacity because we sold out of the first batch, and
So.
we said, well, we could do something to fit some more, and we did, and they're already, that second batch is almost gone. So.
Okay. I mean, the Big Ben Hospice is, they do a lot for, as far as caregiving here in the community, and especially in a time that's pretty crucial and I guess, very important for the family.
Right.
So I think it's a good cause to support.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As usual, there are other events I'm going to bring to going on in Tallahassee. Starting on Wednesday, starting on something that's been going for quite some time. It ends August 31st, which just so happens to be my birthday. Just want to remind you all, if you ever want to send me flowers,
send the
send
gifts
to the Democrat.
Happy birthday.
August 31st, I'll be turning 25. Yes, getting old. Can't you tell? No. But Art with the Purpose supported the Alzheimer's Project. They're still doing that at Cool Beans Cafe, which means you can go in, buy art, and the money that you spend on that art will go to help the Alzheimer's Project, which is also something that's very near and dear to several people's hearts in the community. So check that out. Buy some art. August 31st, my birthday. Just throw all that in there. Wednesday, Riff Tracks Live and, the Jack the Giant Killer will be showing at Governor Square Theater. They've been showing like special movies the whole time. Well, yeah. If you're familiar with science theater, Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Long time.
Essentially, that's what it is. Old cheesy movies with like
Great
you can
stuff.
see the strings, and then
great.
there's and you'll have that quirky commentary going on, and that will be showing at Governor Square Wednesday, 8 p.m. Tickets are $12.50. It's a special showing. It's only be showing one time, so if you want to catch it, that is the day. Thursday Night Music Club will be performing Thursday night at Opperman Hall at 8 p.m. The tickets for that are only $5, and it's really like nice jazz, swing. They have like a variety of things of music, and it's really inexpensive. And I feel like, hey, check out these guys; they're awesome. And let's see, Rumors will be going on at the Tallahassee Little Theater. That's kicking off on Friday, the 18th, but you can catch it throughout the weekend, and they'll be having another showing the 26th or the 28th. But for this Friday in particular, it'll be 8 p.m. at the Tallahassee Little Theater. It's a comedy by Neil Simon. If you can't catch it Friday, you can catch it Saturday. If you can't catch it Saturday, there's a matinee Sunday at 2 p.m. And also, the 30th annual Capital City Quilt Show. This year's theme is Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Last year was a really awesome show. They were at the Museum of Florida History, and I think it was a floral theme last year. This year it's diamonds, which means these women work year-round to put on this show. I definitely suggest checking it out. The museum is great. They have other exhibits you can check out as well, but it gives you another reason just to stop in if you haven't been in a while. Check out this year's quilt show. It'll be nice. It starts Friday. And then roller derby. They'll be having season 5, bout 8 at the North Florida Fairgrounds. I believe they're playing a team from Asheville. I think they're like Blue Ridge Roller Girls. That starts at 8 p.m. I believe. Ooh, I think no, it doesn't start at 8 p.m. I actually forgot to write down the time. That's my mistake. But you can check out these events on our Limelight page on Facebook, Limelight on Twitter, or you can check it out in the paper because Limelight comes out on Fridays. One more thing I guess I'll leave you with is a trunk show and art sale going on for Nancy Reed Gunn at Lemoyne Center downtown from 1 to 3 p.m. So if you're into art, there's I think I talked about a lot of art things going on. But the good thing is, it's all for a good cause. So, Friday, again, there's August 19th here at Way Out West. There'll be a benefit concert for Big Ben Hospice Foundation. You can also check out Sarah Mack, Libby McNeil, and
Libby O'Neill.
Ooh, Libby O'Neill. Sorry, I want to say Mick to everything.
It's way too many names.
She's Irish, not Scottish.
I'm sorry. Libby O'Neill, and of course James Matthew Hughes. And also, will you be selling your albums on that night?
I will. We actually have a special limited edition cigar box set. It's the record and some other goodies in old cigar boxes.
Okay. And then also, it'll be for a wide sale on Amazon and iTunes.
iTunes and Amazon next week.
Next week.
Yep.
So there you have it. Again, I'm Elizabeth Mack with the Tallahassee Democrat, and you've been watching Limelight Live. Thanks. Bye.